Last week on the Metric Revolution Motorcycle Build-Off.
I think everyone expected me to do a very simple, just modify a couple things here or there and have a neat paint job and that's it. But that's not me.
You know, there's times when I go around the clock. I'm in a situation where there's not too much of a choice, but I need to put the time in to make things better financially for my family so we can have a better life. I want to show the world that, you know what, D-Man has something to offer. I'm ready for it, man. I hope Vegas is ready for me, man, because I'm ready to get it on.
I worked on it with my dad and a lot by myself for the majority of the middle of the build. And then when it came down to crunch time, it wasn't going to make it unless I got my, my friends and my workers to help.
I will not give up. I will not quit. I don't care if it's to the last day. I'll be painting the last bolt just to surprise them all and kind of shove it back in their faces.
Hi, I'm Kyle Woods.
I'm Nancy G.
And I'm John Barron, and welcome to the greatest motorcycle build-off in history.
A competition unlike any other.
Welcome to the Metric Revolution Motorcycle Build-Off.
Where 22 of the country's best custom motorcycle builders are competing head-to-head to build the most radical custom bikes the world has ever seen.
From some of the best professional builders of both sport bike and custom cruisers to a group of rookie builders who are taking their chance to join the elite, you can guarantee that every builder is going to pull out all the stops to be #1 in their class.
And we'll follow their progress as they dig in to push the limits of engineering, craftsmanship, and performance, as they put their reputations on the line and struggle to build the best motorcycle anyone has ever seen. The rules of the competition are simple. Take a brand new Metric motorcycle and transform it into a show-stopping marvel of engineering in just 180 days.
Now, 180 days might seem like a long time, but not for the bikes these guys are going to build. You're going to see some of the most exotic and truly unique motorcycles on the planet.
This is just the beginning.
The custom motorcycle world will never be the same.
This is the Metric Revolution Motorcycle Build-Off.
This week on the Metric Revolution Motorcycle Build-Off, we're going to see the creations of sport bike builder Dean Kowzak from LBF, cruiser builder Sam Nemi from BMS Choppers, and rookie builder Carl Stevens. But first, let's start where we left off last week, with sport bike builder Dennis Vasquez, cruiser builder Mike DeSold, and rookie builder Dana Dench.
Hoping that the judges see how much time I spent trying to mix art with engineering.
There's a lot of things going on the bike. You really need to pay attention to it. You can take my bike every day, put the key on, and if I need to road race it or drag race it, it's ready to go.
It's a bike I'm proud of to say that I built myself.
Now is the moment of truth as the builders face the judges on Fremont Street. The scores tallied here will be the major determining factor on whether or not they make it to the finals. Mike DeSold.
What's up, John? I'm not gonna lie, I always get nervous before judging, even though I know it's not the end of the world and there's nothing to worry about.
And walk us through what you've done to create this motorcycle, what we don't see, the stuff that we can't pick up from the outside.
When we originally built the bike, I was kind of nervous because, nobody's really ever built Triumph Rocket 3s as wild as we have for this. On this bike, I was really trying to get the bike to look light and smooth, so I thought, well, what better way to hollow stuff out? So I hollowed out in front of the C so you could see the airbag from both the top and the side, and it really shows off that it's an air ride bike. And I also spent a lot of time, with the two-tone on the paint. My goal with this bike was to spend a lot of my time trying to make sure that everything flowed. I just didn't want to cover the motor and everything. I wanted to show the motor off. I also wanted something that looked real racy. The headlight, I spent a lot of time on that. That is a one-off custom CNC machine lens that I hand soldered all the LEDs in and everything, because I wanted the halo effect. I haven't seen it done. You got 3 guys that are really good in the industry, nitpicking everything you did. In my eyes, I did the best I can do, and that's what matters most to me.
Dennis,
Hey,
what's happening, bro?
There wasn't any fear. I know what I built was beautiful, technical, and that nice sex appeal.
Let's talk about the masterpiece over here. What's going on?
Yeah, what I try to do is try to make something that had a simple curb appeal.
Yeah.
You know, but as you step forward, you see something different every time you look. Whether you see it underneath, whether you see it on the side, whether you see it on top, whether you see it in front, there's always something creative about it. Named it the Genesis, which is the beginning of the metric bike build-off. And we're trying to set the standard today to show everybody that whether you have money or don't have money, you can still create a beautiful bike. The swing arm is rather unique. What I did was I took two jump parts. I actually sliced it in half, welded them together, machined the inside, changed the bearings, set it up, took a fit of Kawasaki. So you really got an R1 and an R6 swing arm on there, actually. I have a computer back here. It's a full-blown computer. I can do play movies. I can do internet access. I got a GPS antenna in there.
Check your email.
And check my email if you want. You can check the Metric TV website. This is what I have for the public.
Nice.
You know, I'll tell you how badly I want to win this competition. Just put yourself in a baseball game, win the championships. It's 2 outs. You got 2 strikes on you, and it's 3 men on base, and you're the only one that can win this game. But that's me at the plate, man. I'm gonna hit it as hard as I can. I'm gonna come out a winner, man. I wanna go home with the money.
Hi, Dana. I'm Nancy G. Nice to meet you.
It was a little nerve-wracking to have judges come over and look at my bike. Their judgment is going to be legitimate. Pretty much, this is my first bike I've ever built. They gave me the Suzuki Boulevard C90 for me to customize. The only thing I really kept from the bike is the engine, the original fuel cell that I mounted up on the top. So I kind of built the sheet metal and the work around the frame, the big arch and all that kind of stuff. 330 rear, I put the engine in backwards because it's, as you know, it's shaft driven and I got to convert it to chain. And at the time, with time and money, I couldn't get a transfer box. Paint body took a week and a half. I only had to do it. When so many people told me I couldn't do it, we couldn't get it done, and we did it. I purposely wanted the exhaust on this side to just kind of emphasize the engine being in backwards. So like the name of the bike, we named it appropriately, ass backwards. Air suspension in the back brings up the rear tire, tightens up the chain in the rear. You know, it's touch and go. A lot of it, I didn't think it was going to be here, so it's just a miracle that I'm here. I mean, literally the last minute pinstriping was done in the trailer. I mean, they seem pretty impressed with what I accomplished. All of my money went into this project, so it would be great to win the prize money and just bragging rights too.
To see whether their scores got them into the finals, be sure to catch the eliminations, which begin in only 5 more weeks.
Next, we're headed up to Fuera Bush, New York to see our next contestant in the pro sport bike class, Dean Kowzak. Welcome back to the Metric Revolution Motorcycle Build-Off. Next, we're headed up to Fuera Bush, New York to see our next contestant, Dean Kowzak, competing for a $25,000 first prize in the pro sport bike class.
Obviously, you know, all the builders, you know, they're probably thinking we're the least to bring what we're bringing. We're the underdogs in this thing, but, you know, I know we can step up the game and, you know, definitely bring a bike to compete with the best of them. So, Extreme Machines down in New Jersey was giving me a brand new bike. They gave me a brand new 2005 GSX-R 1000, and that's the bike that I really wanted, you know. Extreme Machines stepped up huge. You can't, you know, give them enough credit for doing what they did. You know, a lot of the metric bikes don't get recognition. Well, as far as I'm concerned, it's our turn. I want to bring it to another level, you know what I mean? A lot of the sport bike guys don't get the recognition that they deserve. The sport bikes can be as big as the choppers, you know? It's just a matter of a couple guys getting out there and pushing themselves to actually make their tanks, make a lot of custom parts instead of just, you know, taking a stock bike and chroming it and polishing it. There's a lot more to be done in the sport bike industry. So, you know, when we get to Vegas and we can unveil that and show people what we're made of, that'll be cool.
Now we're headed to Pine Knot, Kentucky to check out our next contestant in the rookie class, Carl Stevens. He's competing for a $10,000 first prize and a WildTech scholarship.
I've been trucking for 32 years. I felt I was locked into the trucking business, obviously, because I was just born into it. That's the way it was. That's what I knew to do. That's the only thing that I knew. But I've never been totally satisfied. To lay down something you've done for over 30 years, it's a hard thing for me to do. But there was a time that I realized that there was more to it, and I was capable of more. I really enjoy this business. I really would like to make a living and live this dream doing what I love to do. The bike I'm starting with is a Triumph Speedmaster. The first thing that we got to do is tear it apart, and that's what we're going to do. This shop has been up to this point, it's a community. I like to say that when the Pizza Delivery guy comes down the road, that's when the crew arrives. I've got Scotty, Hottie Scotty, I call him. Scotty is he's a tremendous help. Earl Dean, he's my neighbor, he pops in. Earl Dean's, his trademark is a large mug of coffee. There's just an assortment of characters that pop in and out of here from time to time. And I like it this way. These guys are crazy. Now we got this thing stripped down, the real fun begins. I am very excited about this. I'm ready to go. I want to go to Vegas now, but I got to have a few days to get the bike ready.
Now let's head down to Fort Lauderdale to see Sam Nemi competing for the $50,000 first prize in the Pro Cruiser class.
Well, you know there's a lot of good builders in this competition. We know that, and you know that. So we want to take it out of the box a little bit. We want to push the envelope to a whole different level. So what we've done is got rid of the down tube, and we've had to make the backbone that much stronger to be able to handle the added weight and strain on it. We are eliminating having the brake on the back wheel and actually putting it in the center of the bike by the transfer case. 8-inch diameter rotor on the inside of the sprocket with a brake caliper mounted underneath, and that's where the brake is going to be. This will clean up the brake lines and whatever else stands out, and you can see the rim much better by having it tucked away over here. The really neat thing about this bike is what we're doing with the front end. But we're going to make a single billet front end that's going to go right down the middle and then come out to hold the front wheel.
When you're talking cruisers, you're talking chrome. And this week, I'm going to show you how to bring the bling on your cruiser with some great chrome products from Kuryakin. I've already installed the high-impact chrome cover on the drive shaft, and now I'm going to put this great mid-frame cover on. And it's as easy as that. Remember those stock funky mirrors this bike came with? Well, they're gone. I've replaced them with Kuryakin's Ellipse mirrors, chrome and a wider viewing area. And I've gotten rid of those stock thin levers, which are a little uncomfortable on the fingers at times, and replaced them with Kuryakin's awesome wide chrome levers. Now I'm going to start to chrome the controls. I've already installed a chrome clutch perch cover from Kuryakin. The details of the difference between good and great. That's why I'm going to continue the customizing with this chrome master cylinder cover. Slides over the stock cover easily and bolts into place in seconds. Now this bike's got a great collection of chrome. For information on this and many other great customizing tips, check out metrictv.com. I'm John Barron. Now let's get back to the action.
What we're going to do is build the tank into the swing arm here. The top's going to sit in here like this. We're going to weld this all in. The side pieces are all going to get welded in, the bottom, and then we're going to use a Matt Hotch gas cap, and this is going to hold our gas back here. Run the fuel pump up underneath this thing, run the fuel line up to the fuel rail, and then as far as the gas tank, we're just going to make a really cool clear cover for show purposes. I knew that a set of bolt-on wheels it wasn't going to cut it, you know. This is the rear sprocket that I'm going to use for the build-off bike. It's a 95 feet sprocket. It'll look like a big ring gear. I'm going up against the top 10 sport bike guys in the country. You know, I'm the one that has something to prove here. We use 1-inch Lexan for the center so you could actually see right through the wheel. And then we use perimeter rotors and perimeter sprocket.
The Metric Revolution is brought to you by Suzuki and Two Wheel Tuner Magazine.
My favorite bike is always the next bike that we build because we always take it a step further and step it up a notch. Over the years, we've built hundreds of bikes. We've got customers from all across the country. I would say our most expensive bike has been about $100,000. The new bike that we've built far surpasses that, but we built it for the show and we wanted to make sure we were going to win, so money was not an issue on this build. We went all out and did everything that we could. We've got a good group of guys here, a good team. Our machinist, Ron Tilson, fabricator, Jonesy, and myself put a lot of effort into building this bike. It's not the normal kind of bike that you would see in the competition, and there's a lot of firsts with this bike that have not been done before, so we're real excited to unveil it. I don't regret it. I hope to win it, so it really pays off, and I would definitely do it again.
I think to win this competition, it's going to take a tremendous motorcycle. To create what we're going to create here, it will take the full 180 days. It's a door that has just flung open, and I can't do anything but walk through it. Till the last day, till the last vote, till the last bike is judged, I'm going to be giving it all that I've got. When this bike hits the stage in Las Vegas, pro, rookie, sport bike, I expect to see them all looking at this and saying, man, look what Grandpa done.
This is my clutch cover to my build-off bike. Would you bolt that on your bike? I don't think so. You dropped the ball, went to Myrtle when you were supposed to be wet sanding these things. You're not getting a check. If I don't get these covers done in time, you got a $3,000 deposit of mine, okay? I will bust my for the next 5 hours to get these covers clear, to get them on the bike so I can have this bike complete and win this thing. And then we'll talk about the money. The money's not a situation right now. I'm more worried about getting this bike built on time. So I gotta get back to work, get these things clear so we can take this thing and win this build off.
Right now we're waiting for the girls who had to go drive to Albany to get the 1500 grit sandpaper so that we can get these covers crystal clear to save the day.
Come on, I know that you're deaf. Can I help? Hey, what are you doing?
It's all right. We'll get her done.
Grab that oil, John. The empty one. Where's that,
There's one on the other side.
So, $6,000 later, we're back to where we started. Mounted them up, ready to start the bike, filled it up with oil, and all the oil leaked out because they didn't design it properly. So now we've got everybody working, trying to put the factory thing back on so that we can get the bike done by this.
in the box. Yeah. It's done now.
The Metric Revolution is brought to you by Extreme Machines and Broward Motorsports. We're back, and the builders are arriving here in Las Vegas, where it's time to see how their bikes stand up to the competition.
Just pulled in. It's been a real long drive. It was about a 2,700-mile drive, and we literally just pulled in. I haven't shaved.
I know this, that I have given this my all. I have done my very best with this bike.
This has been the most challenging experience that I've ever had, and the bike definitely, by far, is the best bike LBF Cycles has ever built.
I'm happy. Everything that I had in my mind to do, we did, and I think we accomplished what our goal was, so I'm real excited about it. We're here, we're excited, and can't wait to jump in the sack and get ready for tomorrow.
It's a relief that the bike's completed, and I'm very proud of the bike, the way it sits right now.
9 other builders are definitely stepping up to the plate. I'll wait till tomorrow, wait till we unveil it, and you'll see.
Now it's time for the builders to officially unveil their bikes to the competition at the Hooters Casino Hotel.
My name's Dean Kozak, LBF Cycles, based out of Fierbush, New York. Started with a 2005 GSXR 1000, given to me by Extreme Machines out of New Jersey. Here it is. Basically, starting from the front, the bodywork is actually a stock GSXR 1000 bodywork, which we just did a lot of molding and trimming and wanted the bike to look really low and long. We did some Lexan wheels so you could see right through them with 1-inch Lexan. Got a hold of Kruger out of Belgium. He sent me an 18-inch perimeter rotor that he uses over there, and he shipped it over to me. Did a lot of molding up in here for the dash. It's a stock GSXR 1000 tank that I cut down 3 inches and stretched. It's a Track Dynamics 10-inch over 240mm swing arm kit with a air tank built into it, and then we just twisted it and did our own little thing with it. We housed the gas tank in there. That's about it. Thanks, guys.
Dean from LBF really threw me for a loop. I really shouldn't have thought of what he built in the past because he really outdid himself.
Nice bike. Needs some paint work and some finishing touches. Looked like you needed maybe just a little bit more time to totally get everything finalized for the one-offs that he did.
My name's Carl Stevens. I'm from Kentucky. I was glad to be able to do a 2004 Triumph Speedmaster. This is what I did with it. I took the engine, turned it around backwards, and it lent itself well to a friction drive. It's something that I wanted to do. We did engine internals. We did 904 big bore. Like I said, it started out at 790cc. It's a 904 now with the turbo. I wanted to make the engine the focal point of it, and I wanted to make it just look bigger. So we turbocharged this engine. It was a dual carbureted engine. This is the first time I fooled with any fuel injection. I made my own fuel rail, a lot of burns, gauges, cups. I've got boost gauge, I've got air pressure gauge, I've got the total of 5 gauges on here. I kept the bars clean, 1.5 inches, obviously. They're homemade. American suspension, B17 air raid front end. It is air ride, it's up and down. 23-inch front wheel, which these are kind of rare. I named the bike Radical. This is my bike.
Carl's bike really blew my mind. He's got just so much detail, so much polish, so much engineering into his bike.
I like how he focused around the motor, adding the turbo to it and everything, and you can tell there's a lot of hard work put into it.
My name is Sam Nemi. I'm from Hollywood, Florida, and I got a Yamaha Roadstar to customize for the Metric Revolution build-off. We designed a single swing arm, is what we're calling it, for the front end. It's a single-sided front wheel with air suspension integrated for the front and custom-made headlights to go with it. This tank shell actually conceals the gas tank, which is on the right side, and all the electronics, which are on the left side. The air cylinders, coils, ignition system, everything that controls the bike and powers the bike. As far as the handlebars are concerned, we have an internal throttle on the right side and internal shifter. It's electronic shifter and goes into a second mode, which actually is your electronic air control. The frame is a frame that we designed. It's a drop seat, no kickstand, no down tube frame. It's a single-sided 360. Ego trip wheels, integrated LED lights going through the inside of the rear fender. The name of the bike is Nemesis.
He did a hell of a job there. I mean, that bike is awesome. You know, you don't see every day something like that.
I like the fact that he pushed the envelope, especially the single down tube front end. I worry about how rideable that bike is.
Next week on the Metric Revolution Motorcycle Build-Off, anticipation runs high as Dean, Sam, and Carl each face the judges on Fremont Street.
Our bike's clean, simple, got a lot of one-off parts, and we did all the stuff in-house.
The scores here will either carry them to the finals or send them riding home.
There's a lot of one-off design and R&D that was done to that bike that's never been done before.
Only 3 builders from each class can move on to the finals. Do their bikes have what it takes to put them in the top 3? Tune in next week to see more of the builders that they're up against. Don Gray from the cruiser class, sport bike builder Nick Anglada, and our next builder in the rookie class, Lil Ray Neff. Don't miss a moment as the most talented builders in the country face off and build the most radical motorcycles on the planet. Only 4 more weeks remain until the eliminations. Who will make it to the top 3 in each class? Who will be riding home? The Metric Revolution.